I think that you can be a leader in virtually any kind of profession, and what it takes to be a leader is someone who is creative, someone who wants to be able to take the initiative, and it doesn't really make too much difference what the field is that you're in. I think that leaders are leaders, and they are people who have developed the art of helping others do better jobs themselves, and in turn those people come and seek advice and counsel from those persons. And so I don't care whether you're in public relations, whether you're working for a corporation, or whether you're working for an agency, a nonprofit corporation, or whatever it is. If you have and are respected as being someone who is knowledgeable, who has the answers, and who can articulate the answers. We have a lot of people that have answers, but nobody understands what it is they're saying. But if you can either write or speak well and get people to understand what it is you're solving, or what problem you're solving or helping them with, you're going to be an increasing source of inspiration to others. Well, they have to want to do this. Like I said, it's not going to be something that just happens. It's not going to be bestowed on somebody. And if I were a young person, I would look for activities, organizations, or things where I could become involved in an organization and maybe eventually work up through the chairs to become into a leadership role. If I were, I would say that one of the things that could happen in let's say a college or a high school environment is that if teachers or others give people opportunities to be a leader of a project or an assignment or something where they're responsible for it and they are accountable for it, and they can develop the practice of being responsible for leading some kind of a group doing something, that eventually they'll become a leader. If they don't respond at all, and the chances are that there's nothing that's going to happen later on that's going to make that person a leader. I think that leadership is a skill that is acquired by being a leader, and that can start out, and I'd say, like in my own case, I was a Cub Scout, and I made a dinner. And then when I was in the Boy Scout, I was troop leader, and then one thing led to another, and I was president of class in high school and college, etc. And at each stage of the game, you learn a few things and how people behave and respond in different types of situations. And so I believe that anyone, I mean, I'm a perfect example, that if anyone can actually become a leader if they're willing to work hard at it. It just doesn't come because you're anointed. It becomes because others, if you don't have followers, you're not a leader. That's about as simple as I could say it. I was involved with and basically responsible for occurred a number of years ago when Phil Donahue on his program had devoted it to a very anti-telephone company tirade about the rates being high, being restrictive. The company was uncompetitive and was really gouging customers. And a full hour, Phil Donahue at the time was the Oprah Winfrey of today. And his show every day was listened to by millions of people around the country. It was a syndicated television program, so it wasn't broadcast every place at the same time. I did not see the original cast, but within an hour after he'd been on, there was a troop of people that came into my office and said, "Do you know what Phil Donahue just said to our company?" About our company, and he was actually talking about the Bell system at large. It wasn't just strictly Illinois Bell. And I said no, and so fortunately somebody had actually recorded it. I didn't see the visual, but I heard all the complaints were on. So the answer said that, in my opinion, was that we have to do something right away and respond to that right away. Well, naturally, everybody's aghast. Well, you can't do that. You know, you don't attack somebody who buys ink by the gallon, you know, and this sort of thing, and they've got a TV, people got control of everything. I said, no, we have to get equal time on that. Well, make a long story short, within a week, we were able to do that, and we had at the time the most articulate and genuine president, a fellow by the name of Chuck Marshall, who was absolutely terrific. He went on the show. Phil Dye, was a lot of negotiation went on to get this to happen. It wasn't just a very easy thing to do. But the upshot was, the fact is that, and we did this with 60 Minutes and other programs as well. This is the first one that came to my mind. But the upshot of it was that we were on. Marshall did such a terrific job that people were calling in from all over about saying, thank God somebody spoke up for the telephone company. Well, the advantage from our standpoint, because the program was syndicated and broadcast in different, we were able to run advertisements in every community when the show was going to appear. So watch Chuck Marshall on the Phil Donahue show. The other program didn't get nearly the visibility that we did, and as a result of this, we carried the day in a number of states in the Commerce Commissions, and we also did in Congress. But it's too long a story to tell you. But response, quick, not being afraid when somebody attacks you in the public eye, to come right back and deal with it is my best quick story for you. I could tell you some others, but that's the first one that appeared to me for a special reason.